So we're wrapping up with our second carrier this week, PAM International in Florida. How do you think it went?
It went pretty good. This week was hard. We traveled to St. Louis. We came back to Miami.
The biggest thing we learned from the big carriers?
They get everything done super quick. Decisions are made really fast. They're actually very welcoming as well and try to treat us nicely. That was a big help as well.
What packages are we doing for them?
So we have a few offers. We're doing social media with Bobby's engagement, meaning we post on Bobby's social media and then we run ads directly to them. So if the carrier is using 10th Street, ads from bobbyloads will go directly there, or we can set up any CRM. They can use our software, whatever they prefer. Then what we also do is we take care of all of their social media, meaning we not just post on Bobby's, we also post on theirs. Visibility is the main thing that big carriers, especially if they want to grow, should be focused on. And our goal is to make their brand look good, their brand be known, and then this will help them hire way more drivers.
So between the two carriers that we're doing this week, how many drivers do you think we need to get them hired?
Well, for carriers this size, the amount is really unlimited. They always need drivers. I think right now, at this very moment, between these two carriers, we need to hire like 150 drivers.
And how do you think the results are going to be?
It's looking bright. Drivers trust Bobby. Carriers are actually happy to work with us because of all the exposure.
So what do we look for in these carriers when we vet them to make sure they're right fit for our social media and the drivers?
So this is definitely not for every carrier. Typically, carriers that opt in, these are some bigger companies that want proven results. We look at each offer before onboarding because we don't want to advertise everyone. So the offer actually have to be very appealing in terms of drivers. Like, we care about the image and we care about the results. So we try to vet and get certified carriers. This way drivers don't get screwed over. We're able to actually have good service. Then everyone ends up happy. There's no backlash for us. We're trying to be driver's friend, and our goal is to not just promote the carriers, but to actually find drivers a good home.
So is there anything that you learned from this trip, or any company that amazed you a little bit, that like you've seen behind the scenes, you're like, damn, this is pretty cool?
Both companies are really huge. Both companies have very good operations. There's definitely quite a few things that we've learned. Specifically, what we realize as well, that artificial intelligence for recruiting is very powerful. So this is something that's coming up soon as well for us. So guys, stay tuned. There is big help in recruiting if recruiters use the help of AI, and this is something that we want to integrate for our clients.
So how important is a good recruiting department for a company?
Good recruiting department is always very important. Sometimes carriers don't necessarily give that much attention. They prioritize other departments, but we've seen carriers that bring 20 drivers with 3 recruiters. And we've also seen carriers that have 3 recruiters and bring 3 drivers. So this is the biggest difference if you have a strong recruiting team.
How important is making phone calls for recruiters?
We typically aim for recruiters to make 100 to 200 calls a day. It's a very significant difference that we've seen in metrics. If recruiters make more calls or less calls, there's a lot of drivers that don't end up picking up the phone after applying, especially if they're on the road. So calling multiple times and remembering to call multiple times is where companies typically win, and that's where AI can actually help them.
Basically, so if any companies are interested, what kind of qualifications do they need to have?
If there are carriers that are interested to work with us, first of all, you need to actually treat your drivers well. We only want to work with carriers that love what they do, that care about their team, that don't cut rates, that have very good offer, and drivers would consider this a good company.